The first objective of our proposed research project is to determine the test-retest variability of the Montreal Cognitive Assessment blind when administered over the phone compared to in person. The second objective is to identify the facilitators and barriers of conducting research over the phone from the perspective of both the research participant and the test administrators. This project will use a test-retest methodology with 2 testing sessions, one over the phone and one in person. The modality of the MoCA-Blind administration will be counterbalanced. For the in-person testing session, all the measures you see on the screen were part of a much bigger research study that is currently ongoing in our research lab. The measures in orange, so the MoCA-Blind and the demographic questionnaire, are the ones we will be using in our current remote protocol. For the over-the-phone testing session, participants will complete a COVID-19 questionnaire to explore the effect of the pandemic on their mental health, a telephone use questionnaire to establish their familiarity with the phone modality, the MoCA-Blind, and they will take part in a semi-structured interview to discuss their experience of participating in a research project over the phone.
The semi-structured interview with participants will take place at the end of each test session. The main goal of this interview is to get the input of our clinical participants by asking them about their experience of being tested over the phone. We will also offer them the opportunity to help us improve our testing protocol by suggesting adaptive ideas to the phone modality in order to enhance their experience. On the other hand, the experience of administering the MoCA over the phone will also be explored, as research assistants will provide field notes of each telephone test administration and, ultimately, a final qualitative report on their outlook of the telephone administration of the MoCA. We are hoping that this qualitative input will help in outlining some guidelines that will benefit the optimization of the administration of the MoCA from both of these perspectives. This will, in turn, provide other test administrators with better preparative tools.
Our participants are older adults with low vision, as well as normally sighted older adults. An additional aspect of our study will examine the experience of the research assistants that will conduct the testing sessions. They will complete a report after each testing session they conduct to report on the barriers and facilitators of the phone modality, as well as a global questionnaire at the end of the project to reflect back on their experience of testing over the phone. In terms of analysis, quantitatively we will be employing Bland-Altman equivalency plots, and qualitatively we will be employing content analysis. We will explore whether statistical analysis patterns differ when analyzing men and women separately. If they are not different, we will combine the data. To accomplish this project, we formed a team composed of researchers and clinicians from different disciplines. First, we have Dr. Megan O'Connell, a clinical psychologist and a professor of psychology at the University of Saskatchewan. Her work in Team 15 focuses on using technology to remotely deliver behavioral and psychological interventions to persons living with dementia and their family members. This makes her a perfect addition to the team.
Dr. Phillips is a professor of psychology at Concordia University and a neuropsychologist that specializes in cognitive aging. Along with other clinicians and researchers, she developed the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. Her expertise with the MoCA will be of the utmost importance for this particular project.
And then there is Dr. Walter Wittich, Associate Professor at the Université de Montréal. He specializes in working with older adults that have vision, hearing, and cognitive impairments, and is the first author on the development of the MoCA for blind individuals. I, Shirley Dumasset, am currently a master's student under his supervision. My research project aims to improve the administration of the MoCA in individuals with hearing and/or visual impairment using an integrated knowledge paradigm. In this current project, I hope to assist in the development of an optimal telephone administration of the MoCA in people with low vision and eventually contribute to the dissemination of results. What about you, Gabrielle?
Thank you, Shirley. I am a first-year PhD student in clinical neuropsychology under the supervision of both Dr. Walter Wittich and Dr. Phillips. I plan to bring to this project my experiences in administering the MoCA, especially in low vision population. What about you, Carl?
Thanks, Gabrielle. I am a clinical psychology student currently under the supervision of Dr. Megan O'Connell, learning to remotely deliver services to those living with dementia. I hope to bring those experiences, my research training, and my statistical knowledge to this project. As a team, we have the resources to conduct this project in a truly interdisciplinary way because we have cognitive, sensory, and remote aspects of the research represented.
One of the goals of our project is to provide future researchers and clinicians with preparative tools to optimally administer the MoCA over the phone and potentially validate this telephone administration in different clinical groups. We will also get insight on the lived experience of dementia and remote cognitive screening using the qualitative portion of our project, since some of our participants having low vision are at risk of developing dementia. And by focusing our qualitative analyses on the barriers and facilitators, we will gain knowledge on what common issues exist for people in accessing and using remotely delivered healthcare services and what methods are acceptable to them and for them. And finally, this study is a great training and capacity building opportunity for us trainees as we get to learn from an interdisciplinary team of experts.
This project aligns with several of the CCNA's strategic goals. First, our initiative meets the goal of developing new interventions and treatments that will improve the care and management of those living with neurodegenerative disease. We see our study as a step towards more timely screening and faster assessment and diagnosis. Also, we aim to arrive at a delivery method that is person-centered. Another goal of the CCNA is to address service delivery challenges, timely during the COVID-19 pandemic. We will be examining test equivalency, as well as feasibility and acceptability of phone-based testing from the perspective of both the tester and the participant to gain knowledge of service delivery issues. This also has implications for the CCNA's goal of addressing care within different provincial systems. For instance, there is a high need for remote healthcare in provinces with high rural populations. We also see our study aligning with the goal of creating a national infrastructure. By leveraging the connections of the CCNA, there is the potential to collaborate across other teams for larger scale trials. We aim to start small and then upscale to include national level investigation and collaboration across the CCNA.
Dr. Phillips' team that is working with the CompassND data are also administering the MoCA over the phone to their participants. Therefore, there is the possibility of comparing our data of low vision participants to their data of sighted participants. However, as this would require additional ethics approval, we will only explore this possibility once this project is started. Regarding feasibility, as testing sessions will occur over the phone, we will pay special attention to the hearing abilities and telephone use of our participants. The telephone use questionnaires will ask questions about the type of phone used and their attitude and preferences toward telephone use. This will allow us to control for telephone variability and enhance the qualitative aspect of our study. For the hearing abilities, between questionnaires during the phone call, research assistants will ensure audible telephone connection with the participants by asking verification questions relating to the quality of the call. Prior to testing, participants will also be asked if they wear a hearing aid, and if they do, they will be encouraged to wear it during both testing sessions.